Hello, this is Mike and the Left Dice, and this is Minecraft. I'm down the bottom of one of the infinite repeating caverns that I've discovered. This is the one near my home base, and I'm pointing this. This is towards my far base, but that's a couple of thousand blocks off that way. I've stopped here for two reasons. One, that I've discovered some water. And really, to go over places like this where there's lots of lava, you need buckets of water from time to time. I've also found some diamonds, and I've already started mining them out before realizing that, I should probably tell you about this. So I have an amazing 5 diamonds. Now I need a bucket, and I had 4 bits of iron left. Well, actually, I had quite a lot of iron left. But there was 4 bars that I hadn't made into blocks. So I made a bucket, and then for some reason forgot to. I brought the single bar, but I've left the bucket behind. I don't know what I was thinking. Right, let's get that cobble back. So I'm either going to have to run back and, which is quite a ways now. It's a good thing I remembered to. Well, I didn't remember. I thought I will bring that wood along. I didn't even have a workbench. The problem is that I've managed to get myself killed. Well, I did stupid things and died because I'm an idiot. Nothing to do with getting myself. That's still implying that it's someone else's fault. No, it's my fault. So yeah, I got deaded twice in fairly quick succession. Thus requiring me to rapidly restock my gear and equipment. Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Right, so I'm just going to grab this here coal while I'm here. So not only have I had to replace all my equipment, I've had to replace it with... I've replaced a lot of stuff that I had enchanted quite a lot with stuff that is not enchanted at all. Which is a bit of a downgrade. Oops, excuse me. There's 2 of them down there. I don't know what they want. So put more. Oh, I got okay. I've already got a torch there. Don't really need all of them, but I'm putting another one down there anyway. Don't really need the torches for the light because of all the lava everywhere, but it's a good idea. It's purely for pathfinding, so I know which way is back home. Having said that, I'm almost certainly not going to be walking back home. Most likely what I'm going to be doing is building a portal and going back home that way. So, I need to go grab some water. Oh look, here's some. There we go, we'll grab that. So just make that a bit of a more traversable obsidian rather than lava. I'll do the same here. Gonna make my life a lot easier. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm actually mostly out of coal as well. Which I have to say, it's one of those things I keep forgetting you can run out of, because you can start off with so much, and then you kind of get used to the idea that you've got enough coal, and then you stop picking it up because you've got so much of it, and then suddenly you've run out. That's kind of bad. Now the main thing obviously I want to get is diamonds. Iron is nice. Coal is a good idea, just in general. think one of the major things that ends up actually using lots of coal is not so much smelting and stuff, it's actually torches, because I put them down all the time for navigation, if for no other purpose. Not going to bother with that. I mean, it's just the fact that it's right next to the lava, and too much like a pain to deal with. So chuck a torch down. Chuck two for no good reason. This is a mess. I think I'm going to de-water. Oh, this is interesting. This is obviously, yes, there's been a combination of water and lava which has caused all this nonsense. Now, I think I'll show you this while I'm going to go up and deal with this. Well, I want to turn this off. This particular lump of water. I don't think that's useful for anybody. Although, is all this lovely iron. I think iron is one of those things I've not run out of, and I've got several blocks of iron sat in my resources up in my main base. But iron, to be perfectly honest, is one of the things I prefer, I like most. Getting iron is just handy for so many things. Now, what's going on here is that there's actually another corridor, another let's put a torch down. There you go. See what I'm doing. So up here, there is another infinite corridor, but this one actually ends up in the. It's very close to where the ocean is. So, oh, I'm about to drown. There we go. Right, where can I go? There's somewhere I can sit down and do things while I'm thinking about it. Anyway. So this is in fact the ocean that's causing all of this nonsense. So you can actually see the moon through that hole, and that's a great big hole. So normally you're able to look vast distances, but you can't here because the water's in the way. I don't have. If I was further along in this process and I had stacks of cobble, I would block this off, but I'm not having, so I can't. So I'm not going to, but I'm going to quickly find some place to not drown. There you go. I got in trouble with one of my one of the people who watch me Minecraft, in that I managed to drown a couple of times while still having torches in my inventory, because apparently, and this is not a thing that I knew you could do. You can plonk a torch down, even though the torch will immediately get swept away. It will very, very briefly open up a thing of air. So if you're in the space and you put a torch down, you'll be able to breathe for a brief second, and you won't die. And so I managed to get myself killed while I still had torches in my inventory, and that is a sign of an amateur. So I've clearly failed them, so I do apologise for that. Right, so I can't cut off the water at its source, or at least I can't be bothered gathering huge amounts of cobblestone or whatever to do it. Come on. Oh. Water flows, I hate them. So what we are instead going to do is we're going to block off the flow like that. There we go. Put down some torches so I know which way I'm going. Oh, I might as well grab that. I actually have a lot of lapis. So I'm kind of okay for lapis at the minute, but still. Right, we'll put some torches down here to kind of indicate which way we're going. Probably more torches than I need. But of course what I'm really looking for is diamonds. I should be checking out these side caverns here each time. I usually just look up very, glance up and see if they really evidently and obviously have stuff that I need. But I should be checking them all the time because you never know where the diamonds are going to show. More coal. I think that's lapis. That's lapis. Hard to tell sometimes the difference between the two. A bit dim up there. I'm going to chuck a torch up there. The main thing I have to remember, well, it's not a difficult thing to remember, but in my torch marking scheme, torches high up on walls don't count because they're obviously just there so you can see what the heck you're doing. As opposed to normal torches on walls like this, that is clearly a directional torch. And if I need to put a torch down just for, ooh, that nearly lost me my thing of water. If you need to put down torches for visual purposes, like here, you just chuck them on the floor. And that's how you distinguish those. More iron. I'm being very, I'm assuming that wasn't going to turn into lava, but I kind of know these areas reasonably well by now. There's going to be another lava flow up the head. You can see it in the distance there, actually, as in down the corridor. So I'm also going to meet some lava later on. Oh, and a skelly wobble. Oh, I've got an ordinary bow. I don't have a bow with like power and punch in that. I actually had to say, although punch is it's an enchantment you get, I find punch to be mostly really aggravating when it happens, when you get punched, because it just means that you shoot something with an arrow and it runs away, and it's now a huge distance away from you. And any stuff you wanted to get off it is now difficult to get hold of. Ooh, and I get experience points by mining things. Now this might turn into lava, so this is where I'm going to deploy me bucket. Looks alright then. Oop, try not to get underwater, because if you're underwater then it takes longer to mine things, and that's accurate. Oh, can't be bothered getting that. Let's grab the water gun again and put it down at this level. Aha, you see that gave rise to some lava action. Oh, there's still more. Oh, that's too far away. Can't be bothered getting that. No, I could get that, but I would. Yeah. This is closer. Anything in this side chamber? There's those bits of iron. Grab. Have a quick look down there. So what I'm specifically trying to do is minimize the amount of digging that I do. I want to just wander along this tunnel, find stuff, dig it out, and not actually have to dig stuff out. You know, when you're branch mining, obviously you got to do lots of digging to get where you want to go, which uses up, I heard something there, which uses up durability of your pick and all that stuff. The advantage of this infinite cave system is that I don't need to do that. It happens all by its lonesome. Is that just the noises of an ender person being endery? How much coal have I got at the minute? Okay, not that much. This is where I should start gathering the coal together into coal blocks, so it takes up less of my inventory. How do I do for that? Lapis is going to start going that way soon as well. Sadly, I don't have fortune. I'd much prefer to do this with a fortune pick, obviously. Ooh, diamonds. See that? I mean, this is the disadvantage of the infinite tunnel, or at least just relying on it entirely, is that if the diamonds are buried, I can't see them. Oh, hello. And by hello, I mean goodbye. Now, I'd say creepers are the ones. Creepers, I don't mind the. I quite like punch on as a bow and missed. I quite like punch as a bow enchantment when there are creepers around, because creepers being far away is really what I like. I like creepers being far away from me. And the skelly wobble. Archer duel! Don't think I've got the shoot a skelly from a long way away achievement on this particular character. I don't know if achievements are per server or what. There's noises. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff going up there, so sometimes beasties just drop down and are aggravating. Oop, grab that XP. Alright, so I've got 8 diamonds thus far, which is, not bad. I also think I've got enough redstone for getting on with, but it's difficult to say no. Probably what I really need to do if I want to get serious about not worrying about diamonds is to do some proper villager trading. Because blacksmiths, very often you can get a blacksmith who can trade you diamond gear, at which point you don't have to use them for making gear. You can use diamonds for all sorts of other things. Like if I had a properly exploited villager, and a system like that, it's like, oh no, I have lost all my diamond gear. It wouldn't be a case of now I have to use up all my diamonds. It would be a case of, oh right, so I just go and find that villager that sells all the stuff. Possibly get lots of emeralds through other trades. So I raid my pig farm and get lots of raw pig for the villager who likes raw pig, and get diamonds and get emeralds off them, and so on and so forth. Like there's a priest in the village that I have got going who likes, well, I think all priests, they like rotten flesh, which I suspect is in a way of the villagers having a bounty system, so that they, this is essentially saying I will pay you I'll pay you in emeralds to kill zombies. And I've got a few stacks of dead zombies. So there's nothing really stopping me going through, working up those trades, making getting all the really good trades going, and then ensuring that the blacksmith's got good, breed them up, so I've got blacksmiths who've got lots of good trades, so that when I need to reconsume my equipment, I just go to the village and do trading. But as it stands, I need to wander through here and every so often just do mining along here. The problem, of course, is as I go further and further along, it's going to take me more and more time to get back. So I end up making random portals, which sometimes make a whole new portal in the nether, which I can then use to get back to precisely where it was. But just as often these days, it'll just take me to a portal that I've already got, which is actually some distance away. So it's useful for getting back home, but not so useful for getting back to where I was. So I still end up with a bit of a jog. Let's abandon that. Wait for that to die down, or not. There we go. Dump. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Lapis. How much lapis have I got? I've got lots of lapis. Right, so I'm going to start. I'm going to consolidate some stuff, but I don't know why I put cobble into my thing. So anyway, while I'm doing that, thanks very much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. come visit Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughdicecom. We're also on Facebook and on Twitter, and you can find links to both those down in the description on YouTube, or you can just search for Nearly Enough Dice on Facebook or Twitter, and you will find us there. So until next time, I am going to say, dig for victory.